Once upon a time, there was an old lady who lived in a small village. She was very kind, wise, and always happy. The people in the village loved her dearly. They often came to her for advice or to share their problems. One day, a young man from the village asked her, "Why are you always happy? No matter what happens, you never seem sad. Don't you ever feel bad when things go wrong?"
My dear, life is full of ups and downs. Some days are good and some are bad. But I have learned that happiness comes from within, not from what happens around me.
The young man was puzzled and asked, "What do you mean? How can you be happy when bad things happen?" The old lady then shared a story from her own life.
When I was young, I had a family, a husband and children. We were not rich, but we were happy. One day, my husband fell ill, and we did not have enough money to buy medicine. We tried everything, but he passed away. It was the saddest day of my life. I cried and cried, thinking I would never be happy again. But after some time, I realized that being sad forever would not bring my husband back. My children needed me, and I needed to find a way to live again. I began to look at life differently. I understood that life would always have good and bad moments, but I decided not to let the bad moments steal my happiness.
The young man looked at her in surprise. "But how did you do that?" he asked. The old lady smiled and said,
Every morning when I wake up, I tell myself, today is a new day, and I will find something to be happy about. Some days are harder than others, but I always find something, even if it is small. Maybe the sun is shining, maybe a flower is blooming, or maybe I see a friend. There is always something to be thankful for. The young man thought about her words, then asked, "But what if something really bad happens? How can you still be happy?" "It is not easy," the old lady replied. "But I remind myself that everything passes. Even the bad times will not last forever. When hardships come, I tell myself, this too shall pass. I focus on the good things I still have, like my health, my friends, or simply the gift of being alive." Happiness is a choice. You can choose to focus on the bad and be sad, or you can choose to see the good and be happy. It is not always easy, but it is always possible.
The young man thanked the old lady for her wise words and decided to follow her advice. From that day on, he tried to find something good in every situation. Just like the old lady. Slowly, he realized that his life became brighter. Even when things went wrong, he learned to stay positive and find joy in the little things. The old lady's story spread throughout the village. More and more people began to understand that happiness is not about what you own or what happens to you. It is about how you choose to see life. They learned to be happy in every situation, just like the wise old lady. And so, the village became a happier place, thanks to the old woman who taught them the secret of true happiness is a choice that comes from within. No matter how difficult life may get, we can always find joy in the small things and choose to focus on the good. Life's challenges will pass, but a positive attitude helps us remain strong and content.